Katie Thurston and Anna Redman have reconnected after the drama on Matt James' season of The Bachelor. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. We have all the details on Katie and Anna's reunion, but before we get into it, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, joined by the wonderful Morgan Wright. Morgan, if you think back to Matt James' season, there was truly so much drama, but Anna accusing Britney of being an escort really kind of tipped things over the edge. What were your thoughts on all of this when it happened way back when?
I just feel like it was so drawn out. You know what I mean? Like, even the initial rumor itself, of course, we were all annoyed. We were like, okay, that's mean. You probably shouldn't say that and try to sabotage someone's season. But the fact that we had to listen to it for like 4 episodes, I was so over it. By the time that everything kind of exploded, I was like, okay, why have we not moved on from this storyline already? But, you know, if I was in Britney's shoes and I was accused of being an escort on national television, I would be pretty upset about that. I mean, I am glad that we saw Anna kind of apologize at the Women Tell All, but is an apology good enough when you kind of slandered her on national television? I don't know.
I know. I really was glad to see. I'm totally with you. That moment on Women Tell All. And honestly, it did feel pretty genuine, at least to me, her like immediate regrets in the aftermath of the moment. I think she kind of spiraled out of control. Did feel like she made a mistake. But like you said, that's a really hardy accusation. That is a big mistake to make. But time heals all wounds, and it looks like Katie and Anna have at least been able to find common ground and move on from all of the drama. They reunited over the weekend in San Diego and shared some details of their hangout with fans on social media. Katie shared a photo of them on her story captioned, "Nothing but love and growth," obviously referencing, you know, where they were in the past. And Anna also shared a collage of photos of their weekend, and Katie commented, "So glad we could finally meet up. Nothing but love and good vibes." So they're clearly trying to make it obvious to any fans, you know, seeing these photos, seeing them together, that they're in a great place, that they've moved on. And what I thought was really interesting is there were so many positive comments from other women on the season on all of these social posts. As difficult as that house was to be a part of, it really seems like a lot of friendships have blossomed off screen, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, when you are in a season or when a girl is in a season and they're kind of in the thick of it, it's really easy to get swept up in all the drama. You know, there's cameras in your face, there's producers probably encouraging some drama. But at the end of the day, once they come out of their season, they've all shared this bonding experience that not a lot of people have had to go through. You know, not just everybody is on national television trying to find love. So I feel like it is very easy for these women to bond once the show is over. And, you know, we've seen more lately of all the contestants hanging out together once their seasons are over. You know, I am glad that we got to see Katie and Anna together because I feel like Katie, what you saw on the show truly is what you got, where she will correct you and she will put you in your place. But on the other hand, I think she's a very forgiving person. I think that she realizes people make mistakes and you learn from it and you grow from it, just like she said in the caption on Anna's picture. You know, I'm glad that they're not holding a grudge against each other. And I just feel like every time that a situation like this happens, with Katie in particular, it really just kind of hits the nail on the head that this is truly who she is. You know, she's not putting on an act where she's trying to be better than anybody else or I mean, she is like a moral compass, but I just feel like she's really genuine in who she is, in the fact that she does stand up for what's right, but she's also very forgiving and has a big heart. So I'm glad that these two got to put their differences aside and become friends after all of this. What do you think?
Oh my God, no, I'm so with you. I mean, as you were talking, I was thinking back to the Katie and the Sarah drama, right? I mean, it obviously was the spark. Katie was upset, right? She called out Sarah for her behavior. She wasn't there for it. But just what, a few days, hours later, you know, in the filming of it all, they sat down and had a really heartfelt, emotional conversation. Katie listened to what she had to say. She then stood up for her with the other women in the house. Like, to her, it's all about just like calling a situation out, but then she's willing to listen. She's willing to find common ground. She doesn't want to be in fights with people, right? And I think that's
Yeah.
what sort of a lot of people watching the show resonated with, because like you said, the drama can just go on and on and on. And finally we had a contestant who found herself a part of it, but was doing everything in her power to end it, right? To make sense of it, to come to a resolution. And we don't always get to see those moments. So definitely a huge fan of Katie, obviously excited to watch her season. But let's go back to Anna for a second, because there's a mysterious paradise season on its way, right? Like, we don't have that many details other than pretty much it's happening. So there's a lot of speculation on who we might see. Obviously, all of the women from Peter's season are at play right now. Any of them technically could pop up in paradise. We haven't seen any of them there yet. But we just had Matt's season with a lot of interesting characters. And I have to say, Anna is one of those people we talked about a lot. She had a nice side. She found herself clearly a huge part of the drama. She could be an interesting character to put on the beach. Would you want to see her there? Do you think it's a possibility?
Yeah, I always think it's interesting when you come into a paradise season, who from the previous season is on it and how much their character changes from the first time we saw them. I always think back to Coach Crystal, who everybody hated on her season of The Bachelor. And then she went on Bachelor in Paradise and she became one of my favorites. And I'm like, wait a second, how did I go from really being super annoyed with Coach Crystal always in her baby voice that she was talking with to me like loving her on Paradise? So I always find it interesting, maybe they're trying to do some damage control on their image in Paradise, but we do sometimes see a different side to the villains of the season. So I think it would be interesting to see Anna, just to see the contrast. Same with Queen Victoria. Would we get the same Queen
Hmm.
Victoria on Paradise that we saw on Matt James' season, or would she kind of have a turnaround? And same with MJ. I feel like all three of those
Hmm.
girls would be down to go to Paradise. And I will say the only one who I think wouldn't have a change of tune would be Queen Victoria, because I feel like that's her character. She's sticking to it. She is who she is. I heard her on a podcast say that she pretty much confirmed that she would be interested in going to Paradise, that she wants to find love, and that the franchise loves her. So I feel like we're going to see her on Paradise. Now, who knows if she's going to show up in The Crown, but I don't know.
Oh my goodness. No, I really am with you. MJ in particular, that's a great person to bring up. She really confused me right at the end there, because she talked so much about how, all she's about is preaching peace and all that stuff. And I was like, we haven't seen any of this. Granted, we haven't seen a lot of her in the edit at all, really, right?
Right.
But like, I was so shocked to hear her firmly believe that her character was one way when really all we saw was another side. So Paradise is great about giving people those second chances, a new storyline, a new person for America to get to know. I am with you on the Victoria front. I think we know her pretty well at this point, but it would be interesting to see if she's any different on the beach. Obviously, you guys, only time will tell, because like I said, we don't have a lot of answers on the Paradise front just yet, but I do think seeing
It's gotta
Katie
be
and
soon,
Anna,
right?
yeah,
Like, well, when
honestly,
are they
Morgan, it better be
making
soon. They're running out of time.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. Tell me who you want to see on Paradise. I need to know.
No, you're so well. Honestly, Morgan, you raised a great point. If we don't get some answers like ASAP, what the heck is going to happen with Paradise? They've got to get people to an island. They've got to film. We've got to have people fall in love. All by that August premiere date. Like, the clock is totally ticking. But what I was saying is, I do think seeing Anna and Katie reconnect gives me some hope that if we do see Anna in Paradise, we're going to get to know the other sides of her. Katie made it very clear in the comments that there was growth, and all those things. So I'd be interested to go on a journey with her again. You guys, we want to know your thoughts. Are you totally surprised to see these two hanging out, reunited? And who for Matt James this season would you want to give another shot in paradise? Let us know down in the comments. And of course, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future Bachelor updates. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring, joined by the wonderful Morgan Wright. If you want to come say hi, check out our socials. They are on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.